Alrighty, I think we got the audio working this time. We'll see. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes. Do some quick stretching. We're gonna take a look at Bobby Gray's Texit coin miner update from 12/9/2025, just a couple days ago. I didn't actually get a chance to check the whole thing out, and I'm not going to show you what it looks like so that they don't try to say that I'm stealing their videos or doing some stuff, but I'm just going to do a kind of a live reaction to what he's talking about. And if you guys have any questions or anything, then maybe we can figure those out together. But I thought that would be kind of fun and cool to do. And try to see if I can make sure that this is up and running and the audio sounds all right. Give me just one moment here. All right, I think we're doing good. So we'll go ahead and start up this miner meeting.
Everyone,
Recording in progress.
it's Tuesday night. It's Bobby Gray here. I'm back in the studio. Probably need to button at least one more button. This is a family-friendly event. Thank you very much for joining me on this Tuesday Miners Update call. It's December 9th, in case you didn't already know.
It is moving across
And
pretty
I'm
quick.
back in the studio.
Kinda
Last
crazy.
week I was off in Denver at the IAFE Expo, learning everything I could about fairs and festivals, what they're doing these days for in-event monetary systems. That was a great call.
And
Great call.
didn't
Very
even come see me.
call. I felt great.
Should
back
have
then.
baked him
I
some
feel
cookies.
Even better today. Every day that goes by, I feel better and better about this thing, and I'm not sick today. And that's a really good thing.
Ah, that's
because,
good.
For a while,
The
I
dude's
was
been
getting
sick
worried.
for a moment, it
Brain's
seems like.
kind of foggy. I'm not really sure if I've got it all together. I'm thinking this is permanent. And I'm looking for all kinds of different medications. I'm willing to take whatever's going to hit the hardest.
He's like, 20 bucks is 20 bucks.
So we had a tube of horse dewormer.
Texit time, baby.
Like the
Dewormers for
the
horses.
Animal supplies. And it's horse dewormer. It's made for horses. It's apple flavored.
That's gross.
Apparently, not only was I sick, but I made everybody else in the office sick. So we're passing around this tube of horse paste, licking it.
This doesn't even sound sanitary.
Slime gel, and it worked. Like that day, that very same day, I was like, oh, I feel a little better. So my daughter calls me because she was sick and eating the goo. She's like, do you feel better? I'm like, I do feel better. I do
Bobby's
too.
beautiful
This is
daughter is
weird.
eating the
Maybe
goo.
it's more than just a fad.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something to the ivermectin that actually
Ivermectin.
works. So
Maybe he
back in
had
the studio, feeling great. And
was it a coronavirus?
guys,
Whatever it was.
I don't know about you. I wish I think I said it last week. I wish I could take the enthusiasm that I feel, the energy that I have, the excitement that I have, bottle it up, and include like a little horse dewormer apple flavored gel sized packet of it in every welcome kit that goes out.
That's gross.
Because I feel great. We've got a great thing.
At least he
It's
feels good though.
More and more
That's
encouraging
important.
as days go by. I'll share with you tonight, of course, what it is that leads me to conclude such things.
Yeah, I was
But
heard they
man,
talked about
I'm
like
glad I'm back at
layer
100%.
twos or
I was
something
kinda
in
worried
this,
for a
so
while. But this might
we'll
be
see.
permanent. Anyway, we're here, we're back, and we're ready to start. So here we go. Okay, I asked Lakisa.
that's a cool lady. I got to
Hopefully
meet
she's
her in
tuned
Texas
as a
last year. Pretty cool lady.
panelist here.
And her boyfriend or
Lakisa, you
husband,
out
one of the
there?
two. Very nice.
Tell me you're out there. There you are. I
Yes.
wanted you to tune in tonight because one of the best things we did in the last couple of days was the Dallas Holiday Parade. And on my notes,
I think when I met her,
got a
she was
sheet of
like
notes for tonight.
all rocking
I just
coach
have the
outfits
word
and shoes,
wow
pants,
written next
jacket,
to it.
bags.
Do
They
you
were
want
looking
to
all
take a
fly.
moment and tell me your version of wow? Share with us what you felt, what we experienced. Give us the real quick summary of what we did.
I think
and then
wow's a
what
good
your
word, but
feelings and
for that to be
takeaway
only it,
were from
wow,
that experience.
that's not that cool.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you, Bobby, for saying yes to the parade. It meant a lot to
to me. I was in this parade 30 years ago in high school. And yeah, so
It's kind of
when I
cool.
reached
That's
out,
right. They're doing 38 years. I think this was 38th year for this
yes,
event.
yes.
Wow.
So 11th grade, 12th grade, I was in that parade, and so those girls that was out there freezing.
So that's kind of
I
cool. She got
couldn't
to do
relate.
something that she was in earlier, and then
But
through
being a
Texit,
part of
she's
the
been able to do
parade
it
and
again.
the whole process, I was so elated because our community, one of the main feedback that I received from Jeffrey Giles, the director of the parade, was that were wow, Texaco, your community is amazing.
Wow.
They had
Wow,
a
wow,
recap
wow.
meeting on Monday yesterday, and everybody kept talking about. They call us Texacorn. He said he had to write it on the board.
Texacoin.
EXIT coin to make them say Tex it coin. So he
Tex
had them
it.
how to say it, but everybody had so much positive feedback, and he was like, "Wait a minute, what about Verizon? That's the reason why you guys have them constantly talking about Verizon. They gave the most money. They were the biggest sponsor. They've been sponsoring for years. But Texacoin was the second largest.
It's kind of
sponsor.
crazy, like if they're the biggest sponsor, that they didn't have enough money sponsored from them.
The most pleasant, and that's why they loved our community. The people that was working the parade, first of all, they were blown away by the cars, the community, the people, the fun, the joy.
Definitely
And
some
they
cool
were
cars
just
in the
so
community.
excited about Texacoin. And just seeing it over and over in the parade, guys. I was in the stands separate from our Texas stage.
Yeah.
And when
It's
I
kind of
came
cool.
over
Cool.
there, they was
Also
looking over
that
like,
Texit got its own like
so I finally
stage,
came over
so that's
there,
kind of
and it's like,
neat.
what is
I don't know how many
Texacoin?
people
Everybody
showed up
was
for it. I
announcing
didn't get
they
to
were
see a picture or
passing out
anything,
soul
but that would have been
stories
kind of
coins. Like,
neat to
y'all
see.
better get it. That's money. That's crypto. So everybody in the stands was like, I want crypto. I want it. What is it? I was like, oh my God, I didn't have any cards. But I did tell my team, y'all bring cards. So
I've always got QR codes
people passed out hundreds of
tattooed
cards
on me.
there
Scan
were
that.
hundreds of thousands of people at the parade wanting
Yes.
to know what is this Texacoin, guys.
Yes.
Made a big impact. So what I
There was
would say,
100,000
guys,
people
we
out
need
there.
to
That's pretty
rise
good.
on
It's
that.
pretty good
Right
exposure.
now, it is the buzz, Texacoin right now. So we need to rise on that as a community. Don't let this momentum fall, because everyone wants to know. And we're trying to do another set with WFAA when we present her with that check, the lady
Yeah.
at the community food. So we're gonna have one more with the news station.
You made somebody cry on TV.
That's kind of cool. I guess they had given someone some money there, or Texacoin.
She didn't
One
know
of the
how
two.
much. Jeffrey told her that we were gonna give her, and she knew who you were, so she knew she was getting a donation.
Yeah.
But she had no idea that her food pantry was getting $10,000. So she cried.
Kind of cool.
Tears
If that goes to a good cause. Food pantries are usually good causes. So I think our money could be spent on a lot of things, but at least that's a positive one.
Amazing, Bobby. Amazing. Everybody that was there, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
Early.
Yes.
Early. And I
Yes.
asked you guys on Tuesday night, I said, look, I haven't asked for a lot from you guys. I'm asking for it now. If you signed up, if you volunteered, if you said you were going to be there, I need you to show up. And you guys showed up. And
It's pretty early for people to be getting up and doing stuff. So that's good dedication. Good on you guys.
Infectious, and it seems to be everywhere we go, because people keep saying the same thing. You're good people to go be around. We enjoy the energy, the enthusiasm that comes out of us. We're there, we're happy, we're smiling. Maybe it's because we're making money. I don't know. But we're sharing that with the community, and that feeling is getting out there, and that's how people
Textile. I butchered that, but welcome, buddy.
4 a.m. or it's 35 degrees, and I'm really glad it was cold. You don't want to have like a holiday Christmas parade and be there in flip flops and like sweating it out. You want to be
Ooh, like a beach parade. That'd be fun.
Feeling of like bundled up.
I don't want to be cold. I don't like the cold, man.
It wasn't windy. I can handle cold. I just don't like windy. Like I don't like windy, and I don't like rainy and cold. So it was the exact right cold. I was outside for hours. Like I was like a 4-year-old out there watching the.
Yeah, welcome. Thanks for joining. We're
We're
checking out Bobby Gray's last minor update. Just kind of doing a live reaction.
The cars going by. Every one of the floats was pulled by a Texacoin truck, and it's like
That's
we
pretty
just
sweet.
Put our best foot forward.
I wonder, were they their vehicles that were just wrapped?
About to know us
Or
now.
were they like vehicles
Whether
that
that's because
we already
were
own, or
downtown,
miners
they saw
owned
it
in a
go
sense?
by, or they saw clips of it on social media, or They are going to see it on TV on Christmas Day. We showed up. We made a great presentation, and it was a team effort, and I was so proud of us. And the only word I can think of is wow. Wow to you for having the idea. Wow to the Dallas Holiday Parade people for being bold enough to allow us to participate. Wow to the community members that
I think
showed
they're
up
pretty
at 2,
happy.
3, 4 in the morning.
They paid
Thanks for letting us borrow your
20,000 or
uniforms
something, and that helped
and
get the
put them out on the street. It was just
not the
an
light poles
absolutely
necessarily,
great
but the
experience.
stoplights.
And we're planting
They got
all
those
of
pulled
these
down that
seeds.
way they
It's
can get the
gonna take
balloons to
time,
go through.
guys. It's like they say in farming, sleep, creep, leap. And it takes time. But we plant these seeds, we put a smile on our face, we do the work, we get the result.
Maybe
That's
I'm
what
out of
happened.
touch, but I have
We're
a
gonna
bunch
get
of
lucky
farmers in my
someday.
family, and
Everyone's
I've
gonna go,
never
"Oh,
heard
we
them
got
use
so
that.
lucky." No. You guys will remember the hard work, early mornings, the late nights, the time that we took away from all the other things that we could have been doing to run our project like professionals creates the opportunity for luck to happen, and it's coming our way. We sleep.
At least they did run that good.
And when the time is right,
There's a lot of good people that were helping out, so
and
that's
we
pretty cool
planted
that
a
people
lot of
came
those
together for that.
seeds this past Saturday in Dallas. And so I want to say thank you for jumping on. Stick around the call. Is there anything else you have to add?
Just for you, if we come back next year, he will get us an armadillo float.
I do like the
Yeah,
armadillo.
We showed up a little bit last minute.
Armadillo is pretty
And
cool.
I gotta say, we are kind of novices when it comes to like carrying the balloon down the street because Rudolph was kind of like, he's like, galloping the whole time. He's supposed
So
to be
Rudolph was
walking along.
all wonky.
So we gotta tweak a couple things there. But what a
Good,
great
man.
day. What a
Glad
great
you're
day.
doing
We had a
good.
Great luncheon after that. Invited out some people that helped
Hopefully you're
out,
staying positive on
to
Texit
get
Coin.
together, break bread.
Did you get a chance to
And
watch
congratulate
this
ourselves
meeting?
for doing a great job. And so pat yourself on the back. Tell your team I said thank you very much. We had a couple great people.
Nobody's
on our
patting
side
me
as
on the
well
back
show up
except for
early,
me.
Get the job done, coordinate things. Gary Dixon was out there making sure every one of those trucks had exactly the right hitch on it or not on it to pull all those floats, and that's
It's important.
We just go the extra mile.
Would have been horrible if there was like a
and it reads well. It looks
parade
great.
float
We're
that
making these
went
great
amok.
relationships, and we're planting seeds.
or balloons that flew away.
And I think you did a great job. So thank you for that, and I do look forward to being back there next year with our armadillo in the event.
Yay! Thank you.
So
guys.
the other thing we did on Friday was we had our first Cars and Crypto Day at the G2 Motorsports racetrack.
How'd that go?
And I got one word written down next to that one. Wow.
Wow.
We did a great job there too. So we got a little squad, and we talked about this a couple months ago about how
Wow.
a really important component of our project is education and engaging and igniting a fire inside of young people. And young people love
Yeah, if
fast
you think
cars,
about
they
young
love loud
people,
cars, they love racetracks.
it's not
Put a couple
dominating
BMWs or
Texit Coin.
Corvettes or supercars in front of them, they're mesmerized. And so we rented out G2 Motorsports Racetrack for 12 track days. It's not cheap.
Is that
And
12
we
like straight
have
days? Is that a
squad of
track
kids
day?
now that are out there going around promoting our mission at different events, showing up at public gatherings, and having a great time, and inviting young people to come out, hang out with us, and go to these car and crypto events, as we call them. And so I encourage you guys to follow Cars and Crypto on social media. Let me see if I can find it here real quick while we're talking.
I wonder if that's something that Texit Coin set up, or if that was something that was already
Underscore
kind of like
and
rolling, like cars and
underscore
coffee and
crypto.
stuff.
Is that it? Did I get it right? No. Cars and Crypto. I don't know. Do you know what it is, Rob?
I do not. Let me,
Anyone know?
dig
I'm
around.
always, it doesn't surprise me that nobody in
Cars
Texit
and
Coin ever
Crypto.
knows
Follow that Texit Coin.
what it is that they're
Let me see if
talking
I can share
about.
my screen with you real quick so you can see this. Cars and Crypto. And if you want to see the result of our first track day, jump online, join the social media. We had an absolutely great time and a really great turnout. The Falafel Express was there. I would say we probably had about maybe 100 strangers, new people show up. The L2,
That's decent.
Layer 2 was a complete flop.
Well, that sucks. I've been waiting for this layer
It
too.
was a flop because I sat down with the kids before the event, I said, look, this is our opportunity to roll out this layer 2. And you guys need to know how to do it so you can show other people how to do it. So get out your phone, go to wallet.texitcoin.org.
I think that's a big problem with Texit Coin is that everything that's run in the office is ran by kids.
And they totally forgot exactly.
They're all under 21, basically.
Showed up at the gate, and if you remember, we told people that in order to attend, they needed to make a donation of 5 cans of goods. And we were going to do this in conjunction with a local food pantry. Well, check out what happened. We ended up collecting quite a pile.
That's pretty
canned
cool.
Goods. Anyway, let's go this way. We had a trailer there, and then 2 truckloads.
I like the
as
truck
well.
pictures.
And
Pretty
I
full
know
of
kids went
cans.
around
That's
the last
cool.
couple days and
Good on
donated,
everybody for doing that.
This stuff to local pantries. I don't know exactly where they went. We'll keep an eye on their social media page.
Don't know
Find
that
out
we don't know exactly where they went.
where they went and what the result was for the community.
Hopefully it's
But
not
people
a
gave
newly
over
acquired
their
asset in the
cans, and
company.
They were supposed to get 5 car and crypto tokens in exchange for that donation, and it was a flop. And then they were supposed to use the car and crypto tokens to buy hot dogs and hamburgers, food and drinks, or track access, which is incredibly valuable. And we didn't get it. And we had a.
So did nobody eat any hot dogs, or like you could just, you had the option of paying?
Things we did well, things we'll do better next time.
If they got rid of the option, then people definitely would have been forced to use the coin.
Information out. We should have been, we should have had some sort of flyer or handout that explained the L2, and so people could have had an opportunity to engage it and do it the easy way. And that's really what's most important about this rollout period. We need to make the adoption process as easy as possible if we expect people to use it and get started with it quickly. That's why we're so excited about the fairs and festivals.
That's why he's got to roll things out properly. He just comes up with ideas and then does them.
For you, and then you go out and spend the coupons. Everyone knows what to do at a fair and festival. Even if you go to a fair and festival and they give you, a digital card and you got to tap it at the different vendors to pay.
Do have to honestly wonder though. Obviously, the fair and coin idea comes from the fact that Bobby's best friend is one of the largest promoters of fairs and events like that and carnivals in the United States. So they'll ultimately end up using it. But how many times have you been to a fair or a carnival in the last few years? Seen a couple, but I'd never go to one. Last time I went to one was almost 10 years ago, and it was because someone gave me tickets.
Readers that work, now we're going to go down that path. The next time we have our next event.
I want to get murdered at a carnival.
The first one is this Thursday, and that's not for you. That is an invitation to all of the
Adam Simpson says, good morning, everyone, and have a great day. Yes, hope everyone has a great day. Thanks for having a good idea, Jonathan.
Number one, it teaches high-speed driving techniques to,
Zypher says, welcome back. Thank you.
In fact, the reason we're doing this event is because somebody from McKinney PD went in there, tried to rent out the track, got a price that was out of their budget. I said, whoa, let me sponsor that event for you.
Well, it's cool that they're helping the cops out. There's obviously got to be an ulterior motive.
The people of our community. And so we did that. The second reason is so that we make friends with all the police, so that while we're out driving around our fancy supercars, we don't get pulled over so often.
It's fair.
Texit Coin guys. Good luck, guys. Stay safe.
Everyone's got cameras nowadays, though, so they got to pull you over and do what they got to do.
But seriously, this Thursday's event at G2 isn't for us. That's for the McKinney and Melissa and Anna and Celeste and Selina and all the local PDs and sheriff
all the super cool
to go out there and
copsters.
do high-speed training. Our next event for you and for everyone, I want 1,000 people bringing cans and goods to this.
Do you think if I
event
show up
on
to the next
January
event, I'll get in?
16th. And by then, we're
Bring
going
a
to have
bunch of
better
cans.
solution in place so that we don't have a clunky.
Can have some people come out with me and we'll party it up.
With the L2, we're still using the car and crypto token, but we're going to do it in a much easier format so that people can go there. We'll probably end up giving them paper tickets. 5 cans, 5 paper tickets. What do I do with the tickets? Spend them on hot dogs and hamburgers and barbecue and sodas and waters and track time if you like. Now, the tickets expire at the end of the day today. If you don't use them all, go over to the Texit Coin booth. They'll show you how to download the wallet, and we'll convert those.
So that's a problem too. You can't tell people at the end of the day to go take their unused paper tickets to a booth.
And that way you have them on your phone.
Unless that booth is right next to the exit and there's a whole bunch of people working it, no one's going to ever want to go out of their way to change those tickets over for coins.
And then give them something that retains its value that they can use at the future event.
Great idea, but someone who doesn't go to events all the time, which I do.
The other challenge we had at the event on Friday was a lot of people said, look, man, I really want to go, but Friday's a tough day. I got to work. Can you do it on the weekend? So we're switching over to Sunday events after the January 16th event. So more news on that coming soon. But the reason, like I said, we're doing this is because we want to engage our community. And we want to do these things all over the place. Obviously, we're headquartered here out of McKinney. We want to use McKinney as we've had some haters online being like, Texit Coin.
Got sneezies today.
They don't do, like, what? What are you talking about? We do a lot of stuff, man. It's really easy for you guys to AI up a bunch of articles saying that we're a scam. But if they peel back the layers a little bit, they'll see that we really are engaged.
There are some pretty interesting articles out there, and I don't think most of them are written by AI. Probably some of them.
So, like I said, guys, I feel better and better every single day that I do this. The more I dive into
What is that? Let me see if I pronounce this correctly here.
We're doing exactly the right stuff, and we're
Lick Sphinx. What's up? Not too much. Just chilling, watching Bobby Gray's minor meeting.
Yelling in my office today. Rob and Gage were in the office today, and I was literally yelling with passion. Not because I'm angry, not because I'm mad, not out of hate, not out of fear, but because I'm so excited. What were we yelling about? Do you remember what we were yelling about?
We were just excited about.
They're like a bunch of school kids in an office.
Yes, we are going places.
Gage remembers what we were talking about. Because Gage got the right answer.
Gage,
we were
pop on
talking
there.
about how we get to the top. And we have three options on getting to the top of crypto, right? Top 10, top 15, top 20 coins. We can either ask for permission.
Oh, that won't work.
To join. We can ask for, a VIP or a prominent crypto community member to say nice things about us.
Which they're doing.
We can buy our way to the top. We can pay influencers, pay for ads.
Bobby spent all the liquidity, so that can't happen.
And ask them to.
And he's always wanted to stay away from people online.
We can conquer. We can go in there. We can take no prisoners. We can disrupt. We can show up at their little tea party.
Tea parties.
And kick over their tea set. Gage remembers how we get there.
I don't think big crypto dudes are having tea parties.
Building what we're building, right? We keep growing our mind, building our mind bigger. The whole point of it
through
was
mining.
Yes.
I gotta wonder, all these guys that they're showing on here, right? Bobby, millionaire. This Gage guy, millionaire. The other dude, probably a millionaire.
Because we're gonna take your
At least Bobby's upgraded his camera. He's got a decent mic. Everybody else is using webcams and laptops from 1992.
And then they went back to playing with their blocks, and then we come along and we take another 5% of their blocks.
I don't think we're really taking everybody's blocks right now.
You need us to take your blocks before you pay attention to us and take us seriously. We're building a 100 million mega hash mine. And with that 100 million mega hash mine, we're merge mining Litecoin. Now, we haven't figured out how to merge mine Litecoin and Doge, but we're working on it. We expect to figure that out. We know that the other guys know how to do it.
Yeah, it's actually simple. I merge mine at my house, so if Bobby can't figure it out, there's a problem.
With Texit Coin, we're taking their blocks.
Merge mining at our store.
About where we are right now,
So them being not able to merge mine's kind of silly.
How long is it going to go on before they notice that some nobodies out of Texas all of a sudden are taking 5% of the entire output of their mine? We can take yours, but you
They'd
can't
have to have
take
all
ours."
35 mining stations built up,
Then we get into phase 3.
even really for
cost
anybody to
All of a
notice.
sudden now our 5% goes to 10%. And we're taking 10% of your blocks. We're not asking for permission to be your friend. We're not asking for you to take us seriously.
I mean, I
We're
got
gonna
like 9
claim
mining
our
rigs
own
downstairs in my
seat
basement.
At your table.
It's 3 at our
We're not
shop,
buying our way in.
another 7
We're
at my
not
buddy's
begging.
house.
We're just going to take it. And they'll know about us by virtue of us taking their blocks. It reminds me a lot of
He's going to have a lot of power up here soon to be taking everyone's blocks.
winning battle conqueror Alexander the Great. And it's an interesting story because Alexander the Great is kind of an inspiration for having a hero. And my son is actually named Ashton Alexander Gray. It means the great son. I don't know if it officially means that or if we just decided it means that, but that's what we named him. And Alexander was a student of Aristotle back in ancient Greece.
He really wasn't that
And
all of a great
Aristotle,
guy.
of course, is the father of
Did some pretty
reason and
dirty
logic.
things.
Ayn Rand, my favorite author of Atlas Shrugged, kind of the book that I.
If you want a hero or something, how
use as
about
my
like Sergeant Major
roadmap
Castle?
for how to do a lot of things in life.
Fucking badass.
Credits Aristotle as being the inspiration for her work in objectivism. And when you look at the life of
Dan Daly.
Alexander the Great, you realize
Smedley
that
Butler.
he never lost a battle.
Chesty Puller.
He got there
That was some
through boldness,
real heroes.
audacity, courage. He didn't conquer all of these lands of Persia back then with the size of his army.
What's up, Wex?
He got there through audacity,
Welcome in.
clarity of purpose, and loyalty of his army into the mission that they had.
Yeah, live again. I wanted to
We're not
watch
backed
this
by the
minor
banks or
meeting, and I
hedge
figured why
funds.
not do it live and just do like a
We're
reaction
living
kind
our
of thing.
certainty and our divine right to peace and prosperity. That's what drives us forward. He built an empire. We're building the future of money through
The empire of money.
the audaciousness of our project. Alexander crossed deserts, mountains, and entire civilizations because he refused to accept the world as it was. And of course, the future
That's a lot of
belongs
walking.
to those who
Chariot
fortune.
riding.
Good times and bad. He kept going and he conquered. He didn't conquer with luck. It was relentless ambition, courage to go where and when others dreaded and dared not. Fortune favors the bold.
That it does.
We all know that the financial house of cards is collapsing.
It's
We
falling
will
quick.
make the move with
It's
us
already fallen.
today, or we're going to wait for permission from somebody that has no authority whatsoever to speak on the matter. Alexander left behind his legacy of lions. His army wasn't the strongest. It was the most committed. That's how they got to where they wanted to go. We refuse to be ruled by dishonest money, by corrupt institutions.
Who is my
and by
friend talking to?
slave drivers.
This is actually
That's what
Bobby
drives
Gray.
us forward. The commitment.
This is his
doing
minor
the right
meeting from the 9th that I didn't get to fully watch, just saw snippets.
With the people that, the lands where he went and his conquests. He embraced the foreign cultures, the customs, and he even invited those people that he met along his journey into
Yep,
his
it's
ranks.
Bobby-
to serve as
Bobby
generals of
Gray.
his army.
Robert Gray, whatever
And
you
he
want to call him.
wasn't ruled by fear. And that's one of the important things I want to talk about today. I actually gave a quick speech with our staff on Monday morning as we came in about fear. Human beings are born with two fears, generally speaking. Who knows what they are? First answer,
Spiders.
50 TXC for the right one. What's the other one? 50 TXC. Who's got it? We're born with two fears.
Drowning.
Hold on, here come the answer.
I don't know if
Fear of
babies
loud
fear anything.
noises. From Isaiah for the win. Great job, Isaiah. Fear of failure, no. Fear of death,
Byron says
no.
all of it.
Fear of loss, fear of public
I think
speaking,
babies are just
dying,
babies.
death,
They just do
dying,
what they
death.
do.
No.
They're
no.
just cute little squishy things for a
Loud
couple
noises
years.
For Jeff Lewis, number 2. Human beings, So make a note there. Jeff Lewis gets 50 TXC. Send us your wallet address. And then
It's a good bump,
who was the
100 plus
other one?
bucks.
Isaiah, loud noises. Humans are born with two fears: loud noises and fear of falling, fear of heights. That's it.
You know, if Bobby would listen to me, I would
Folks,
tell him
loud
to
noises.
get Texit coin back up
No,
to a price, and I
Isaiah-
have been telling him, but
Isaiah
I don't
got
think he
loud
listens to me.
noises. Did nobody else say heights?
Used to be
Falling?
amazingly cool friends,
Did
but
I let the cat out of the bag on that one? Falling from Jeff Lewis. Yeah, he's got
shit
it.
happens, I guess.
Loud noises and falling. That's it. All the other fears that
How
we
could a
have
baby be afraid of
were
falling
along the way.
unless
What are
it
you
has
afraid of?
fallen?
What's your fear and phobia? Is it spiders?
If you're dropping
Is
your
it
baby,
public
you're a bad
speaking,
parent.
death? They say that more people are afraid of public speaking than they are of dying. It means that if there's a funeral, you'd rather be in the casket than giving the eulogy.
I'd definitely rather talk to a whole bunch
lot
of anybody
people are
than die.
afraid of the unknown.
That's
I
silly.
can't remember exactly what the fears call it, but it's the fear of the uncertain, the fear of the unpredictable.
Fear is
What happens
weakness
when you have
leaving the
not
body.
enough good information, you become afraid. And as you know, I call myself the
That's actually
baffle.
not the right quote.
It's baffle.
Pain is
but it
weakness
stands for
leaving the
founder
body.
And fearless leader. And I don't call myself the fearless leader because it sounds cool or it's a really great thing to put on the back of my t-shirt. I call myself the fearless leader because I'm not afraid of what we're doing today. Why? Because I've done it before. I've already started my own alternative currency. Back into the, aren't you afraid of going to jail, getting busted? No, I didn't get busted then, and I'm not expecting to get busted now. Well, why not? 'Cause I'm
Barely
doing
didn't get
something
busted,
totally
and then he
different than
fled
what
the
everyone
country
else has
because
done
everybody
before.
wanted to hurt him because
I've
they
been
owed
around
him a bunch
crypto
of
long
money.
enough to see what amazing and terrible dumps look like. Let's go take a look at CoinMarketCap.
Bobby's only been in long enough, I think, to have like seen one or two dumps actually, because he got in around 17 or 19.
Started getting
if I
into
recall.
Bitcoin. I got into Bitcoin.
It's only really two big
in
dumps after that.
2017. Remember, I learned about it early on. 2012, I made the original Bitcoin coin. I started it in 2011.
Bobby's very new to
But I
crypto.
got into Bitcoin in 2017. Somebody placed an order for some.
It's a good
cold
time to get
storage
in, though,
coins.
if he
I had
held.
to figure out how to make them. Well, they technically placed an order for commemorative coins, and I'm like doing research, learning that most people's challenge with crypto back then is that they were losing their private keys. They're getting hacked, getting scammed. And so I got in.
It's hard to lose your private key. Like, do you lose your safe?
Right around
Oh, where'd my
$2,000,
safe go? I
$3,000
forgot it.
And I watched Bitcoin go from $2,000-$3,000 all the way up to $20,000.
Something you physically had to write down on a piece of paper or stamp into a sheet of metal.
$20,000.
You lost it.
December 17th, 2017, and I watched it go down. There was a little Christmas sale there where it was all the way down from 20 to $13,000, $14,000, 25% off for Christmas. What a deal! And then it dropped all the way down to 7,600, and over the course of the next year, a year later, it bottomed out at $3,200.
If you got in then, you were good, baby.
Over $20,000
Oh, man.
is an 84% drop. 84%.
Not too bad.
This is cryptocurrency. It's incredibly volatile.
I think the last 4 cryptocurrencies I got in, besides Texit coin, they've all dropped like 80 to 90% in the last month.
It's scary if you've never seen it before. I've seen it before.
Those were not good picks.
How many times are we going to watch this same playbook unravel? Bitcoin's at 20,000, then it's all the way back down. Then it goes on a run from there up to where?
Yeah, it's doing good right now, getting back
There,
up
all the
above
way up to
90K, which is awesome.
$67,000. And then back down to 16,000. And then back up to it's up and it's down. And if you look at any one of these periods of time, if you focus in on these events, man, it looks like the end. But if you're around long enough and you get the hang of it, you look at the trend.
It looks like
line
that
long
the
enough,
end, if you got in
time, and you
at
can
the
see
top.
exactly where it's going. It gives you the ability to no longer be afraid of it.
But I think that's what we're dealing with is a lot of people got in towards the top of Texit coin right now. So seeing this dip is pretty wild to them.
Am I broken up here?
Like I said, probably it's a good time if you do want to buy some.
You
You
still
can get
there?
it for a lot cheaper.
Just a touch.
There we go.
You're good now.
I think we're good. I went through a business collapse. I lost everything that I have. I know what it looks like when you're going through hard times. I know what it smells like. I know what it feels like. Because of the experience that I had in 2013.
It's what it looks and smells
I'm
like right now.
watching exactly what's happening right now, and I'm not afraid. Because I know the indicators.
I'm not afraid either, but it is concerning.
Going through holiday season, going through a rough patch, going through a correction, going through this, and what a business failure looks like. It's that information. It's that experience. It's the first-hand knowledge of the things that we've gone through that have put me in a position where I'm not afraid to do exactly what we're doing right now. And the information, the evidence.
Sometimes being afraid's not that bad of a thing. You gotta be afraid of some shit.
Is the stuff that drives my conviction and certainty that we're doing it exactly right. Because whether the numbers are up or the numbers are down, we do our work every single day. We build the mine, we pay the commissions, we promote the coin.
Lots of new promoters out recently.
We spent some time overbuying mining equipment. The next week or two, we're hoping to have good news out of Conroe to set up those next 2 units.
It'd be interesting to see if we can get those units set up. I mean, it doesn't do anything for the coin. It just makes more extra Dogecoin or Litecoin for Bobby, but it does get more mining rigs in the system, which achieves the project's goal.
That I'm passionate about, the layer 2 stuff. We have a list of communities that are asking to be first up on it.
XMT, that is true. Thank you.
We have the hardware in mind now. Now we know what the solution needs to look like. We're doing the work that we need to do to continue down our roadmap, to continue down our path, to get the coin used, establish our utility, and take this project exactly where we always intended for it to go. But it's good.
I think the project was going really good, especially when Bobby was controlling it all by himself. But now it's like he's got too much hot tub time going on, and he divvies the tasks out to these other people that fail.
I was having a conversation with my man Brig earlier today. Brig, you out there?
Unfortunately, the new people that he hired on the mine stuff got it actually kicking and working, so that was good. So those were good people to have.
I don't remember exactly how we got into the conversation. And this time I did ask Brig. Normally I'm like, oh, Brig's there, let's put him on. But this time I did ask you, I gave you a little bit of a heads up, and I said, hey man, would you mind coming on the call tonight and talking to me a little bit about how important it is for people to have good information? Because if in the absence of it, you're just wandering around social media, this guy.
This is one of the parts that I missed, but apparently Briggs goes on like a gospel rant or something, so if you're not into that stuff, I apologize, guys.
One thing out there that actually is transparent and is real.
He does have the freedom of speech, though, so I can't knock him.
Can you take me back?
But there's just so many like MLM and like different people that seem like they go after like church groups.
To keep people engaged and committed to a project, mission, cause.
Wouldn't mind at all, Mr. Bobby. Listen, this is dangerous giving me this platform for
It could be dangerous.
Giving me a few minutes to think about it.
Just because you're rich doesn't mean that you should be able to dictate where a cryptocurrency goes.
So watch this. Here, we're going to start with something that'll make you laugh a little. We're all born we come out upside down, naked and crying. And we come
Not
out
everybody.
with this umbilical cord attached to us.
Some people are right side up.
Most people, they cut that umbilical cord, and most people put a plug on the end of it, and they search their whole lives trying to figure out where to plug in.
Like the Matrix, baby.
I used to think
Get plugged in.
Bar mitzvah 13, you become a man because you know how to reason properly, and you start to learn the difference in good and evil when you come into manhood, womanhood. Today, we got guys that are living in their basement.
I'll be the first to say at 13, I didn't know
40,
shit.
60 years old, totally looking at a screen, playing games, and they got that plug. They're just plugging in to the next thing that comes around,
There are
And
people
Bobby,
playing video
what
games, but
I
there's
told
people
you
making
in
millions of
Tampa,
dollars
I
doing
mean
it too.
today.
So the same people that
I
say people who
see
play
you
video games
who
are
have studied
degenerate
this
pieces of
industry.
crap.
Probably you're more
They say the same things
knowledgeable
about people who
the
bet on
alternative,
imaginary fake cryptocurrency coins.
not just crypto, but alternative currency platform than anybody on the market. You missed the big one. I mean, you missed Bitcoin like I did because I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't plugged into the right source. I didn't know blockchain.
Plug in,
and
baby.
I missed out at 14 cents. I
Yeah.
could have got in with $1,000. I'd be a billionaire.
Man, if it was at
today.
14
My
cents, like,
friend
why
did,
wouldn't you just
and
throw
that's
some
why I
money
can
in?
Prove it. He came, he got in, I didn't. Why? I was plugged into the wrong source of information. So
Plugged
what I
in.
told you today, I watched, I woke up, I looked at the price. I normally don't do that. And I went, darn.
Where's he plugged
I said,
into?
I know what's going on. Next thing I did, I went to Bobby immediately because I know this about most people. They're all plugged in somewhere where they shouldn't be plugged in.
They're all plugged in.
And basically, I don't know if you even read that this morning, Bobby. I mean, that was this morning. And I woke up at about 7:30, 8 o'clock and text you. I says, baby, hold the line. I got your back.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be fine. Because first of all, I'm an investor.
We're all
The
investors.
greater the risk, the greater the reward. I've been investing for some 40 years, and here's what I'm going to tell you. I do my research. I don't throw money at people.
He does.
But I'm very careful what information I take in. I'm going to
Threw like $1 million at Bobby's daughter.
And what I've learned is you got to be careful of the source you're listening to. If you don't mind, I'm going to look at some notes. I jotted down some thoughts about what you and I talked about.
I do the same thing.
I think he's right. You
set
should
up.
be very
Well, how
careful
about
about
you?
your sources because
Rare list of
a lot of
notes.
these people
Yeah,
online
who
are
do you
either
listen
being
to?
paid
Everyone
by
listening,
Texit
who
Coin
do
to
you
talk about
listen
it,
to
or
for your source
they just
of
got in like 10
information?
days ago and they,
And then,
unfortunately just don't know what they're talking about.
You tend to build your belief system about the information that you're taking.
Takes a while to
in,
learn
but
this
you better
system,
be very
unfortunately.
careful about the source you're listening to, because everyone's got an opinion. It's like a butthole. Everyone's got one. And everyone's willing to form their opinion. I love and hate social media because if you want to think that me or Bobby are crooks, there's enough information on the internet to support that. Whatever narrative you want to believe, you can support it with all the false information because people got no filters anymore. They just want to talk. They want to have this following. I want more people. They stir it up. So I want to tell you this. All of you want to be successful in this, you're going to become who you associate with. It's real simple. And the only difference between you today and 2 to 5 years from now is the books you read, as Bobby's promoting, and the people you associate with. So I told him.
I think there's a lot of other differences that can be.
The Bible says reliable information permits.
I bet you most people
progress.
don't even read 10 books a year.
And I can go all the way back to the Old Testament and talk about Solomon and the great wisdom that he gained because God gave him a wish like no other person on the planet. One wish I'll give you. I'll grant you any wish you want. You know, he didn't ask for fame or fortune or all that stuff. You know what he asked for? The wisdom to lead his people properly. The wisdom.
That's
to
what
lead.
Bobby
He was
should
a
pray
king.
for.
All these servants, all these great needs. God, give me the wisdom to lead your people. Do you know that because God was so pleased with what he asked, he blessed him with fortunes beyond any person on the planet, concubines, camels, he had it all, my friend. But if you don't know
Concubines,
your Bible,
all of them.
in the end,
That's what
you know
God
what he
gave him.
quit doing? Because of the pride that was bestowed upon him. That was his choice. He could have stayed true to the source that gave him that wisdom, but he didn't. He looked and started believing his own headlines that he was something special. And you know what he did? He lost it. He lost it because he quit. He took his unplugged from God and his source, his true good source, and plugged it into the world. And
That's
the
what
world
Bobby's
only
done. He's
wanted to
unplugged
keep
from
you so great. He
running the
wasn't great.
project and
God
plugged
gave him
other
the
people into
information he
outlets.
needed. And watch this. I say this. beware of who you're listening to. I'm going to listen to Bobby Gray based on this. Why? Because he's the most knowledgeable guy I found to this point that knows anything about the condition of where this can go, why it's going there. His mission is absolutely pure. The way he's going to get there, I fully agree with. Beware
We'll
who
see.
you listen to. Who has your best interest in mind? One thing I found, his heart's right. He don't want nothing from me. He wants all this. He keeps saying this. All,
Bobby wants to get
the
rich.
rising tide lifts all ships.
There's
But I'm
nothing
gonna
wrong
tell
with
you
that,
this,
but let's be
on an
real.
ebbing tide,
Bobby
all
wouldn't have
ships
sold
go
this
down,
stuff
and
if he
that's
didn't
what's
want
happening
something
right
from
now.
somebody,
There's a
which was
bunch in the
money.
world that doesn't like what's going on with they have alternative motives to run this world, and it's all tied to honest.
If Bobby wanted you to be in this system and didn't want anything from you, he would do more of what I do, which is gift 10 plus people free mines and give out like Texit coin to people every couple weeks, or when people just randomly message me sometimes. That's what he should be doing.
I'm liking an independent one. I like one that comes from America for Americans. Are we going international?
I like that it's a cool American project, but the biggest problem I have is we're using foreign equipment. Why not pay Americans and use American mining machines? Keep it all in America.
And I'm telling you, wake up, get out of it, and dream again. Allow this guy to input into your little mind, plant some seeds of hope that can come with you. Here's what I'm going to tell you. You run with dogs, you're going to get fleas. You know what? You run with people, you want to be successful.
Run with some dogs, you have some cool experiences too.
This model and follow him. That's what Bobby.
That's what flea collars are for.
And all these people he's having speaking and follow him. He uses the term, if you hadn't heard ego, garbage in, garbage out. I turn it around because that one's easy. The news is negative, people are negative, the stock market's lying. They're a bunch of liars. It may be an indication of what's going on, but there's somebody controlling that. And here's
There's
what
somebody
I believe.
controlling everything.
I believe this particular project has a place for all the people that are hurting, that want something more. And I'm going to be honest with them about what this can do. I'm not promising them anything. I'm saying this is as much a risk as anything else I've ever done. Anything can happen. We can't control.
There are a
other
lot of
things
people
outside
online
our
making
control,
promises.
but I can control this.
There's even a guy the
I
other
can
day
make decisions based
telling
on the
people
good
to cash out
information
their
that I get, and I've got good information.
retirement
Garbage in, garbage out.
stuff to
I
buy
say
Texit
good
coin
things
shares.
in, good things out. So I'm going to put good. I'm listening to Bob. I'm listening to Bobby Rue. I'm listening to all the people that
Bobby
are
Rue.
succeeding at this, and I'm starting to realize something. It's affecting my attitude. You know what my attitude is? I'm going to succeed.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this.
So
I am not
he's
gonna
affected
try
his
it.
attitude, and now he's
I'm
going to
gonna do it.
succeed.
Why?
Was
Because
his
they
mindset
ain't
not
gonna quit. They
succeeding
ain't
before
quitting
meeting
people.
Bobby?
And I'm not going to quit. So if you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you can't. So you got to feed that emotion, that thought process. I'm going to put this good things in to support the result I'm looking for. Success and failure is a decision. But it really does start with how you think and who you're listening to. And I'll kind of give you a good story to go to bed on tonight. You know that God
Bedtime stories,
made
baby.
a promise to those millions of people that were fleeing Egypt. And he told them, I have a promised land for you. So he busted them out. You know, Moses brought them out of that Egyptian slave bondage. But where did he send them? 40 years in the desert. When they finally, after 40 years of wandering around, fed them manna, you know, he led them by a pillar of smoke during the day and fire at night. He provided for them because he said, I've got a promised land for you. And for 40 years, Moses stayed true to that vision, wandering all around. You know, if you walk from where they left Egypt and where it's only about a 2-week walk, why did it take them 40 years? Disobedience, and they were plugged into the wrong source. It took 40 years for him to eliminate the negative, the desire to go back. When they finally got to the promised land,
How long did
Moses
Forrest Gump
assigned
walk for?
12 spies to go into the land that God says, this is the land I've given to you. Take it. This is yours, a covenant sent 10 spies, and here's the test. Hey, Bobby, I got 100 coin. I'll give to
Ooh, he's
someone.
giving
I
100
will
coins
give it
out.
to him if you can answer my question.
Okay, I'm ready.
100 coin to anybody that can answer this question. Listen to
If
my
I had watched
story.
this live, I would have just
12
chat
spies
GPT'd
go
the
into
question.
promised land. 10 of them come back, and what do they say?
Don't do it.
Don't
Can't do
do
it.
it. We're
We
as
can't win.
grasshoppers. There are giants in the land. They
get the
will
prize?
annihilate us. Let's go back to Egypt. Better to be in bondage and live than to go and face those giants.
He's like holding his face.
Who are the two?
Very
They weren't
dramatic,
around.
to be
The
honest.
two came back a little later because they had this big stick around there, and they had this big old heap of grapes as big as their head, and they were walking with the grapes out of the promised land. And you know what? When they
He's
put it
super
down,
energetic.
Moses, what the heck? And they went, "Oh my gosh, giants! Who are these uncircumcised Philistines? They come to us, like David said, with a sword and a spear. We come to them in the name of the Lord God Almighty. Who are these people to take it? This is the land that you've given us. This is the land we'll take. Now, here's the 100 coin I'll give away.
He's preaching it up.
What are the name of the 10 spies that came back with a negative report? It ain't gonna make it, my God. The price I got in at it. Now it's down.
We got a lot of people here saying Joshua
Overly
and Caleb,
dramatic. I mean,
Joshua
to
and
be
Caleb
honest.
Again and again, but those are the two.
Not what I would want to see as an
You
investor.
named the two, Joshua and Caleb. Is there anybody here that can name the 10? I'll give you 100 coin if you can name the 10.
This guy's a multi-billionaire, and he's only willing to give you 100 coins.
There's no time limit on this, except by the end of the call or by the end of time I'm speaking. If you ain't got them in there, no problem. But guess what? He just mentioned the two, Joshua and Caleb. Everyone knows those two. Why? Listen closely. History does not record losers.
It does. History now
You
records
decide
both
you're gonna
sides.
win in this,
It's just the
you're gonna
winners
be
who
I
write
sat
the
out
history.
here on the dock, guy building my dock, multi-million-dollar dock I'm building out here for multi-zillion-dollar boats I'm gonna put out there. And you know what? He came out. I says, you came over here to talk to me. I gave him the coin. I told him a little bit about it. He says, man, I just worked for this guy. I've been working 20 years. I'm going to have my own business. I said, when? He says, I don't know. Things don't look good. I said, what if I told you there was an opportunity that I could show you where you could probably own that business in the next couple years? He says, I'm all ears. Told him about this. He's coming to my meeting.
So he's not telling people that he'll make money, but he's telling people, hey, if you join up, you're going to make so much money, you'll own this business in the next couple of years. So
Sponsoring and bringing people in.
I think that's telling people that they'll make money.
Unplug from this negative world that's beating them down and giving them a little hope. Hope is nothing more than premature faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. A more modern version is faith is looking into the future, bringing into the present, and acting like it's happening right now.
Yep, I'm a firm believer that.
I see Texit coin in the next year. Well, give me a year with this. Man, nothing great happens overnight.
So originally when he came in, he said he only needs 2 months and he'll fill the whole mine up. And now he wants a whole year.
But when I didn't quit, I stayed the course. It took me, my first business, 6.5 years to get to zero. And in the next couple years, I told Bobby, 12 years, I made over $100 million. Hardest $100 million I ever made. But you know what? The second time it happened, I knew what to face. I knew I was going to face change. I knew how to circumvent them. Better
That's so great.
information.
There's
plug
nothing
into
that
good-
replaces that experience. You can't buy it.
That's right.
And until you go through it, you don't know what to expect, and it's easy and understandable to be afraid.
That's
And then what
right.
happens is people have the fear of the unknown, but they also have the fear of the missing out. That's what we in crypto call FOMO, right? And
Yes.
usually for most people, that FOMO causes them to take that leap of faith when they say, well, I don't really know what I'm getting myself into. But
Harley
I know if I
Dove,
get out of this
welcome in.
opportunity, it could be big. So we have to balance these two.
I'm doing
things.
good. Thanks for asking. How are you doing?
Fear of-
Hopefully you're doing well. We're catching up on
So,
Bobby's recap here.
I want our community to know that you've got some really great people here that have seen crypto ups and downs. They've seen business failure ups and downs. They've seen all kinds of
Bitcoin's
life
doing pretty good right now.
experiences. This collection
TXC is doing a lot
of
better
our
today too, for sure.
experiences as leaders that causes us to know exactly what the future looks like, because it's probably going to represent something extremely similar to the past.
And then, Bobby, let me finish with this.
Please.
See, I can either believe what you're saying or not to believe. That's my choice. And my point to Bobby was,
He's like, let me get another
we
minute
gotta
here.
get people identifying the source of what they want to believe, because in the end, you have a choice. I can either believe what he's saying or not believe what he's saying. And watch this. My last
Well, he's
point.
spitting some truth and he's
Believing
spitting some,
starts
I won't say
with
lies, but
wanting to believe.
withholding
And I'm gonna ask
some
the question
truths.
to everyone on this call. How many of y'all want to believe that Bobby's vision can be a certainty in your future, and you can have a life-changing event that starts today because you've decided, I'm not going to listen to a bad report. History, it doesn't do well for losers. It records the names of those people that
So he's
have
basically
enough
saying,
faith
don't
to
look at
believe.
anything in Bobby's
We're gonna
past.
face some giants.
Swipe
We're
that
gonna
away.
overcome
We got some
things,
big goals
folks. That's just
and
part of
obstacles
business.
ahead of us, but
You
we're
don't
going to
think
crash them.
Bitcoin didn't go through it? Every business I've owned. And by the way, what we're talking about right now is in chapter 11 of my book, and it's called Going All In. And
He's
this was
shilling
my
his
second
book.
$100 million. I wrote about this.
Where's my
Y'all
second
say,
$100 million?
shameless plug. Why not you? Why not now? Because you become.
No one gives a
Did
shit how
Atlas
much
Shrugged.
money you have, bro.
Did, why not you? Why not now? And I'll help you through the process of eliminating, because I'm plugged into a source. I'm plugged into God Almighty, but I'm telling you something. If I want to know what this
He just
kind of
plugs
business
into
can
anything.
do for me and the world, I got to plug into the people who have already been there, done that. They come. I want to be in Bobby. He ain't gonna.
He
the
wants to
only
be in
one on the
Bobby.
back of that yacht with that big old cigar and his kids jumping around on jet skis, traveling. I'm going to be.
I'm
right
glad you're
there
doing
with
well.
him.
Thank you, thank you.
You can come with us, but you got to decide whose report are you going to believe. I'm choosing to plug into this source. Bobby's allowed us to bring a system to you that's going to teach you.
At least
how
I
to
could say
kinda
the things I've
control it
reported on so
that
far
you-
are
we'll
basically
level
just
the
factual.
playing field for everyone, so hang tight. Bobby, thank you for asking. Reliable information permits progress. That's why we're here. Bring it on.
I absolutely love it, and I gave you 10 minutes to prepare. You had 3 pages of notes for us, so I'm only giving you 3 to 5 minutes in the future.
Yeah, I think
And
the
I
sentiment
really
from looking
appreciate
at
you
Team
tuning in.
Texit Coins
Thank you
channel is
very,
that
very
people are
much.
not very impressed.
Stick
They
around
wanted
as
to
long
hear
as you
actual
like.
updates
What
from
I wanna
Bobby,
show you, and the whole reason
which I haven't heard a lot of
was,
yet.
This question or this topic
Basically
of
just the L2
fear,
failed.
is because, look, we see the price, we hear the comments, we see the charts the same way you do. And so I've told you guys for a very, very long time that this is the only chart that I pay attention to, the revenue and commission split. The revenue and commission split chart, not the price.
If he's paying attention to it,
nothing
that one's
other
looking
than the
like
revenue
crap.
and commission chart on
3
our
weeks in a
dashboard.
row.
It shows you how healthy our compensation plan is running. Okay. What this means is,
Oh,
like,
the
you
big-
guys go
the
out
big
there, you
guys
help
are getting
share our story,
compensated
you
well.
help us build, you fill the seats on the route,
Everyone
and
else
you
is
get
making
paid.
like 0.04 coins a day, and these guys are pulling out 90 to 100 plus coins every
And
day.
so if you look back over this, you know, we did, what is it, 5.41 million.
I know
here and
multiple
about
people with
2.75,
over
about
100,000
50%.
mega
They're
hash.
about 6 million in revenue and about 3 million in commission, about 50%. 6.83, 3.35, a little less than 50%. I haven't looked at this chart in months.
So the only chart that matters to him, he hasn't even looked at in months, he says.
Because we've been doing
That's just goofy.
so very well. And our comp plan has been holding up extremely well. So well, in fact, that we added a super.
Yeah, I won't be talking to Bobby. I don't want to risk him trying to say that I contacted him or did something that scared him or made him pee his pants.
We use it for our getaways. We use it for our parties. We use it to reward our community with events and fun stuff. And I want to bring to your attention a little bit of a warning signal.
Warning
The
signals.
signal is that last week we ran at 56% commission. And so if you take out your calculator and you say, okay, 1.59 over 282, 1.59 over 2.82. Last week's commission was over 56%.
Damn.
And that's one of the things that I look at and I go, okay, hold on. This is not good. Is it bad? Well, it's not bad if it happens once or twice, but if it's 56% this week and 65% next week and 75% and 82% and then 100%, that means that we're paying out.
Could be
as much
coming.
Money as
We'll see.
in. That means we don't have money for building the mine. It means we don't have money for promotion.
Which we
It
don't.
means we don't have
Bobby
money for
said he
overhead,
blew it
salaries,
all.
Payrolls. We don't have money for rents and electric and all that stuff. That's trouble. And so I look at that chart to tell me the health of our
Just got
company.
money for fast cars and
when
properties.
I see it going there, I ask myself one question. Based on all of my experience and this lack of fear that comes through that experience, should I be worried? Now, going back to 2013 when I lost everything that I had and took one suitcase and bought a one-way ticket to Asia to put my life back together, I believe if I was honest with evaluating what happened back then, I ended up where I did because something went wrong in my business and I didn't take drastic enough measures fast enough, soon enough.
Just something went wrong because when a guy asked for his payment, Bobby just said, "What if I don't pay you?"
And the bleeding started, and I tried this, and I tried
And then
that.
that guy took him to court.
And by the time this bleeding got to the point where the wound was so big, so gaping, so open, it was impossible for me to stop it and prevent it from becoming the disaster that it was. And I point back to not taking seriously the indicators, the little indicators when the problems began, and not taking drastic enough action to stop the things that were happening in their tracks to prevent things from going the way they did. Now,
Well, hopefully he's doing that
everything
now.
happens a particular way for a reason.
He's got all this
If that
hindsight.
didn't happen, I wouldn't have ended up in Asia. I wouldn't have learned about crypto, and I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you today. But I also wouldn't have lost 10 years of my life. Which one's better? I'm really happy where I am today. But I want to let you guys know that
I would be
I'm
too
looking
at
at the information the same
12
way
plus
you're
million
looking at
dollars
the
in
information.
assets.
And I'm looking at this and I'm saying, this is a warning signal. We have to do something about this because if we're running at 56% now and that trend doesn't reverse quickly and go back down to 50% or lower, then we're going to be in trouble. Now, is it a holiday slowdown? Is it seasonal?
No.
Sure, of course. Everyone tells me you can't take anything that happens between Thanksgiving in November and the middle of January too seriously. Everyone is focused on holidays,
Just for 3 months,
families,
it just goes
Thanksgiving,
south.
keeping up with rent and mortgage payments and all those things to keep the light on so that you can bring your family together and celebrate the holidays. Is it a holiday downturn? Maybe it is. Or is it the indication that we have a problem that needs immediate attention, immediate correction, as to avoid us slowly having a train wreck that piles on top of itself, and there's nothing we can do about it to stop it? I see the information, you see the information, we're aware of it, but we're not afraid because we've seen it before. And
Not in this
because
project.
we have tools in our belt. We have ammo in our guns. We have lots of it. In fact,
We sold him all
pause
of
for a
his
second
guns and all of
take
his
stock
ammo.
Of where we are today, we've accomplished so much. We've hit our target. With the plan that I put together, think about how far we've come. We went from 0 to 100.
We went to 0 to $2.
We went from 0 people to 55,348. We went from
More around 15,000.
1% of the mining hardware that we need to take these Litecoin and Doge blocks to now having paid for 29.82% of all the hash
We
power.
bought
Selling
28% of it,
22%
but that much ain't running.
almost everyone around the state of Texas knows who we are. We're in airports all over the country. We just sponsored the second largest parade in the country. I was at electronics store the other day. Yeah, Texit coin, check it out. Oh, I've never heard of it.
He just said everybody knows about it.
Do you have a Cybertruck? Why, yes, we do have a Cybertruck, don't we, Ricardo? our vehicles are out there. We've got how many vehicles now wrapped? 100? Maybe more? Wrapping another 10,
I was supposed to have
25
mine
of them
wrapped,
a month.
but they never did that for me.
This has proven to be extremely valuable for us. And these cars are all over the country. We get reports about seeing billboards in places I didn't even know we have billboards.
If he buys the billboards, how does he not know where they're at?
We're building our promotion and awareness. Our brand's getting out there. We're on major exchanges. We've been able to hold a price 100x higher than where we were when we started.
We're on one major exchange.
What an amazing list of
Bitmart.
accomplishments. Amazing. And now we've got a couple slowdown. Our price has dropped down because of our slowdown. And we're looking at it and we're saying, well, maybe it's seasonal. Maybe it's an indication of something that we need to pay more attention to. But we're not afraid, because we know that whether the price is up or down, the sales are up or down, we have all the resources that we need to continue following our roadmap and proceeding with our mission. I'm focusing the majority of my time now on layer 2, and I love it. I wish you could see how far along we are. You'll see soon enough. But we have to deal with this problem of the 56%. And to deal with the problem of the 56%, I offer for your consideration the carrot and the stick.
Ooh, he's going to beat you with a stick.
And I want to talk to you tonight about the carrot, because the carrot's pretty cool. This is Gage's idea. Gage, you want to tell us about your idea?
Yeah, I think we're going to offer 100 TXE bonus for doubling cash potential, or more like a 10%, right? If you're able to double your cash potential. And
So I've got like 35,000, 37,000 cash potential. I'd have to do 37,000 more
but the cash
to
potential,
get
commission potential, whatever we
a
call
bonus.
it, is based
I know some
on,
guys that are sitting at
the growth
$500,000
of your
plus
team.
cash potential.
Okay, so it's the people that you sponsor.
So
the
that doesn't
bonuses
work
that
out
they
for
get.
any of them.
And suppose you're just getting started. and
Might be
you
nice
have
for
no
the
cash
new guys
potential.
though.
If you go from a 0 cash potential to $1,000 cash potential, we're going to call that doubling. If you go from 0 cash potential to $1,000 cash potential in 1 week, we're going to give you a 10% bonus paid out in TXC. We've been buying a lot of TXC back on the market. We've got some excess TXC over here. We'd like to see it go towards a good use. If you go from 0 to 1,000,
So if Texit Coin doesn't have any money, what money have they been using to buy all this Texit Coin at for real cheap?
On that increase,
I have this whole
in
idea
TXC.
that this crash
Alright.
isn't just a
And
magical
we're gonna try
thing
this out
happening. It's
every
something
week.
that's done deliberately so
If,
that they
let's
could get a
suppose you have
hold of
$1,000
more
cash
coins
potential, you go
cheaper
from
and buy
1,000
out
to
all the
2,000.
people
That's
cheaply.
doubling. Your
And then
increase
once
is
they've achieved that,
$1,000 in your cash
price will
potential.
go back
We'll
up.
give you a 10% bonus in TXC, whatever that comes out to at the end of the week. If you have a $5,000 cash potential and you go from $5,000 to $10,000 cash potential, that is doubling, and we will give you a 10% bonus on the increase, which is a $5,000 increase, which will be a $500 bonus paid out in TXC. If you go from a $10,000
Of course, they'll pay you out in TXC when it's super low.
That's an increase of $10,000, and we will give you a 10% bonus on that.
Makes
paid
no
out
sense for
in
'em.
TXC.
Giving away
Yeah.
more TXC.
If
You'd want to
go
give it
from
away when the price
10,000
is
to
higher, so you're giving away
19,000 at the end
less.
of the week, guess what? You didn't double, you don't get the bonus. So you must double your cash potential to take advantage of the bonus paid out in TXC. Does that make sense? Everyone on the same page there? We're talking about cash or commission potential. I think it's called cash potential in your back office. Log in and take a look at what your cash or commission potential is in your back office. Whatever that number is, if you double it by the end of this week, you qualify for the bonus. The bonus
That's
is
going to be tough for a lot of
10%
people.
the increase. So if you go from 2,000 to 4,000, that's an increase of 2,000, and you get a 10% of $2,000 bonus paid out in TXC. If you go from 3 to 6, that's an increase of 3,000, which would give you a $300 bonus paid out in TXC.
$300
If you
bucks.
go from 20,000 to 40,000, that's an increase of 20,000.
That's where it starts getting tough for people for sure.
$2,000 paid out in TXC. Everybody got the math so far?
Yeah, just to be clear though, if you go from 5,000 to 20,000, you don't get the 10% on the 15,000 that you generated. It's just on the double.
So pace yourself. Pace yourself because we're going to do this as long as it takes for us to get those numbers pointed back in the right direction. What's the other carrot? The other carrot,
2 carrots.
I need you guys to pay really close attention to this. The other carrot is getting invited to Bobby's birthday cruise. In the next
It's like a
24
Diddy
hours,
party.
I will finalize the details. I found a boat. It sails out of Galveston on the 22nd, my birthday. We've got a couple hundred rooms that we're working on locking up for us right now.
I'm not invited.
Because the cruise line requires us to have names solidified 60 days before the cruise sailing date.
I was told I was
February
banned from all
23rd,
future
December
Texit events.
22nd. You will have to pay for the cruise by yourself so that we'll give you whatever the terms are to qualify for it. And then we will reimburse you if you meet the terms of the promotion. That's the other carrot. We love carrots, guys. We've done a great job getting to where we are now because really great people.
Those are
worked
awesome
hard,
incentives.
did the unthinkable and made it happen. I'm very proud
Diddy
of where
party
we
on
are. I'm
Bobby's
proud of how
yacht,
we got here with a bunch
or
of people that never
doubling
thought that it was gonna be
everything you've
possible to
done
pull together
since you've ever
and
been
have
in 1
$120
week.
million, 55,000 people in our community, 30% of the way towards our goal. Guys, we have so much going for us. A name that's well known and respected now across the state. The layer 2 list, a mile long, of people that are waiting for us to let them know that we're ready to start the installation. We're on major exchanges.
I'd like to know who's all on this list. If the first one wasn't even good, it flopped. How many other people are waiting for this huge successful layer 2? Really got to build the mine and build Texit coin before you go jumping out on other stuff. Last time the company had liquidity and issues going on, WTXC was invented.
How did we get
and
here?
that's a flop.
Hard work. Risk, trust, transparency, honesty, following through on the things that we said we were going to do. Simple stuff, guys. Real simple stuff. I'm very
This
proud of it.
keyboard's noisy.
We've come so far. 30% of the goal, 22% sold, 30% purchased. Really, really, really great progress. We'll talk about the sticks in January.
Oh, I thought we were
Because
going
I
to hear
do think
about
we're going through
sticks.
the holiday season. I think that,
Why
it's-
threaten to
it's
beat
very
people with sticks and then you
understandable
don't
for
tell them
people
you're
to
going to
shift
beat
their
them?
focus at this time of the year, and it doesn't hurt my feelings while you guys are working on that stuff.
Like it's our
I'm
fault.
continuing
It's our
to
fault the
charge
price is down.
forward on our mission.
Better
and
go
getting
sell your
those
asses
seeds
off,
to
guys.
Start to creep. So that by the time we come back and regroup early January, they're ready to leap right off the ticker tape and into our face, just like that. And I'm not sure what kind of thing hits harder, whether it's the carrot or the stick. But we're going to find out.
Nobody
and
hits
we're gonna
anybody
make
with
this thing
carrots.
Continue moving in the right direction.
I don't think that stick's going to
And
hit
I'm
hard.
really excited about going into the next couple weeks. Enjoying all the stuff we've got lined up. The event this Thursday, the event, the other parties that are happening around the country with people. And our holiday party that's coming up here in McKinney area. So
Also
much
not
fun stuff
invited
look
to.
forward to. Let's wrap up the year great. Let's hit those bonuses. Let's get those cash potential bonuses that we talk about. And it's going into effect right now. So if you double your cash potential, whatever your cash potential started at this week and whatever it ends at this week, if that number is doubled, whatever the increase is qualifies for a 10% of that increase for the doubling. Like Gage said, we have to clarify. So pace yourself, because if you go from 1,000 to 2,000 this week, then next week you got to go from 2 to 4, and the week after that you got to go from 48. So pace yourself. Let's get those numbers pointed back in the right direction. Let's get our market moving.
Yeah,
back
start
in the right
selling
direction.
mines.
Hard work combined, I know we can get there.
Sell them all right now for
Let's
Bobby.
end the year on a high note, and then let's crush 2026. And that's all I got for tonight.
There wasn't really any updates in that whole thing.
Wonderful.
What do we got in the question department?
Oh, I've got a favorite.
What's the favorite question of the day?
Is Gage still planning on running Texit Coin in the future when Bobby leaves? My team has heard this.
When Bobby
You know-
leaves, so Bobby's planning on leaving the project?
I think he
When's
puts that
in there
When's
every
the
time.
hostile takeover?
Was it Benjamin that asked that question? Is he sitting there typing away on the keyboard again?
He must be.
There are lots of people wondering if Bobby's going to flee.
I was having a conversation with Gage the other day in my office, and I'm like, I just got to keep an eye on you because I already know that you and Benjamin, your infant son, are plotting my death. To which Gage responds,
Yeah, but that's a good thing.
he's like, think about it. If we're studying your work and your vision and, spending so much time to understand the mission, the strategy, that we are actually in a position to take over this thing, if we take you out, you should be like really happy about that. I'm like, maybe I should. It's got a compelling argument there. Interesting conversations around the office at some points. I think
Now, if
there's
your
a lot
employees
of
are talking
in
about
store
killing you, I guess they're
for,
real happy.
My friend Gage, and I don't think it is beheading the falafel and claiming the throne.
So they didn't get banned
But
from
other
the
great
company.
things are coming for us that you will learn about.
I get
in
banned,
the not so
but those
distant
people
future.
joke about
What's
death
question
threats,
number 2?
and they're good.
No, we might as well just take them from the top. Quite a bit of liquidity questions and
Digital version of the gift cards. Yes, we have that. It's coming soon. Hang
He
out.
skips right over that.
How far out are we from business in McKinney, Texas, using a layer 2? We're working on it right now. I'm thinking January is when we're getting ready to start pushing some of it live. Greg
Devious.
says I rock. Need a favor, please update the events on the main page. We just finished our calendar feature. It's a top priority for us to start building out the calendar from the back end. Why is the hash so low? It seems the more miners I get or buy, the less coins. Yeah, that's how it works. Remember, we're competing against each other, not against China. So if somebody else is out there building their hash power by
We are
by,
competing against China in a sense
exercising
because
the
there are
benefits of the
people in
comp
China
plan,
who are
they're gonna
mining this
increase their
coin.
hash power, which makes your slice of the pie get a little bit smaller. And so as more people join our community, the mine gets bigger.
The
but
key
if
is to
you're
do
not
what
helping
Briggs
us
did.
grow,
Don't
your
just get
output
miners,
actually gets
just
smaller.
buy
That's
out
by
a miner
design.
that's higher up than
It's the
you
whole
so
thing
that
that's
you get
driving our growth.
all of their people below you.
And remember, you can always do the math on exactly how much
Super
you'll
smart.
get. You just have to calculate your hash power divided by the total sold hash power, multiplied by the number of coins the network makes per day, and you will figure out what your daily output is. Any data after holiday parade on traffic to the website? Yeah, it jumped. We definitely got a surge the day of. The traffic's back down. Really the top priority for me right now is to get the new Texit Coin website launched before it goes live to the rest of the country on Christmas Day. That way, when people are hitting that website, they're able to buy TXE right there on the page. So there was a small surge, but we're still waiting patiently for the new site to be ready to push live. Any plans to get listed or be seen on Dex Screener? I don't know about that. We're on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap right now. I'll have to look more into that in the future. Do you feel like we are on too many exchanges for our demand? We sure are. I feel like we don't have enough sellers and buyers. Yes, you're right. I understand the purpose of being on multiple exchanges is to stabilize the coin. Yeah, just think of multiple exchanges as planting seeds. It's like once the market pops, we want to be on as many.
Now
as
we've
we
been on
can.
so
We
many,
can
and then
get
Bobby
those
takes all the
integrated
liquidity
well.
out of them and
Sometimes they take
ruins those
and then,
exchanges.
put them on standby until we're ready for them later. That would be good. But really what we're doing is we're spreading the capital out across multiple exchanges to give people the greatest amount of selection as they engage our project. The more exchanges we're seen on, the higher
There's stuff
our,
ranging between $1.68 and $2.02, so they're obviously not supporting all the exchanges evenly.
Joe wants to know how we, the community, can help prop up the price of the coin. I'll be buying $1,000 in Texit Coin. Okay, so that's a great question. I was talking earlier today with our team here about
Zypher,
really
well,
what
I apologize,
my
brother.
major thought is regarding
It could be.
the
I'll have to
prices.
watch my internet too because it says I've got some
what we're
dropped
going
frames.
through and
So
dealing with right
I'm
now.
still working on
I want to share that with
setting
you
everything
because I
up
think it
here,
gives you some
so it
insight
could
that
be
you
on
might
my
not
side, and
have
if it is, I
before,
apologize.
or bring together some puzzle pieces that you didn't really have in the past, or may not have considered. And so in September, when we did our biggest month ever, we had our record week. I don't remember which week this was, but it was mid-September. We had a record week, almost touched $10 million in sales.
Impressive.
You gotta remember, we had two things going back then. We had the
Good
Game
price.
Over giveaway that was active, and we had an extremely foolish 1, 2, 3 equals 100 TXC. Now,
It was right around the
right
car
after
giveaway
the call,
time
was
frame.
like, yo, are you sure you want to do that? Do you have any idea how many 1, 2, 3? I'm like, how many can we have? A couple hundred of them? Oh, no, like a zillion. I don't remember how
I
many.
mean, I
we
know
had,
for a
but
fact that one guy
3,000?
was just sitting there just
Some
buying them, trying to
incredibly
compete as they were going
wild
up like
number,
87, 89.
okay?
He'd just
And
buy
so
another pack so that he could beat the guy out and be number one.
I had to buy
Another person who's a
$2
founder
million
combined
of
both of their
Texit
pay
off the
centers,
open market
his
in
founder
September.
position and a secondary
And so if
position
you
to combine the points, and that put him on the
incredible
leaderboard.
Jump on the price of Texit coin
Cheating.
right here around.
But it's Bobby's
mid-September,
friend,
when I'm
so
going out
it's
there
not
and
cheating
saying,
if he's
"Oh,
your
crap,
friend."
I got to stock up on a whole bunch of TXC. I was a big buyer for it because of that promotion. Remember, we didn't pre-mine these coins, so I don't have a trillion Texit coins sitting around that I can just give out to my besties. Every coin that I have, we mine.
It was like 2 million
I've got
though.
my coins. I've got 2 million coins, but we ended up giving away $2 million worth of coins during that promotion. It was something like 400,000 or something more than that we gave away. I had to buy those coins off the open market. So I was a huge net
Actually bought
buyer
them
for those
private
coins,
market.
so that drove the price up. So we had two hot contests and promotions running. We had a huge demand, a huge, I wouldn't say artificial, but a huge unexpected demand for
Artificial.
coins. And we took our top 150-ish people and went on a 3-week vacation. We're taking them away from their barbecues.
They spent
and
a
their
lot of
meetups and
liquidity
their
doing
Zoom
that.
calls and their time zones. I mean, we're on the other side of the world. So now all of a sudden we're kind
Millions
out
of dollars.
pocket for 2-3 weeks. We didn't get back until October 5th. So we're out of pocket these 3 weeks here. So now all of a sudden, instead of us, working and doing the grind, we're partying and celebrating Thai style. So we took our top guys, went on a 2-3 week vacation. Thailand, Singapore, was a great time. It was a great bonding experience. One guy didn't even come back. Technically, he came back and then got on a plane and went back, and he's still there, having the time of his life. And that's great.
Now his
Think about it.
TXC is worth nothing and he
So
can't make it
we
back.
were red hot, had all these contest promotions, and then all of a sudden went on a trip. Price falls, people are out of pocket, and then all of a sudden we're looking at it and saying, okay, we had something big. What happened? Let's get it back. And we're now in this kind of downward spiral as we look at it and say, oh man, what's going on? We need to correct this. And it's true, we do need to correct this. But man, what a tough time of the year to try to fix this and turn it back around and point it the other
It's
way.
the easiest time
So,
because
what do we
TXC is
do?
not correlated
Well,
with the market.
One thing that I'm never going to do is I'm never going to force you to go out and buy TXC. Well, if we all just
But he's
blah,
gonna
blah, blah,
beat
blah.
you with a
No, we're
stick
not gonna
next
do
month.
that. But I will tell you that we're in a TXC accumulation mindset right now. What we're doing is we're getting our mining daily rewards. We're getting Texit coin. So if the price drops down and you've got commission coming your way this week, and this is the reason I haven't paid out commission.
No commission
so
coming
far,
my way.
if you've got USDC, you get an email, and there's a button that you can click in there that says, pay me in TXC this week. So if you guys want to take advantage of the price drop, buy the dip, as they say, click that button in the email and take this week's payment in TXC. That would do really good for helping support the market price. You don't have to if you don't.
It won't cost Texit coin any money.
USDC. But if you decide to switch your commission preference over from USDC to TXC,
Don't
then
do it.
if the price is low, it's helping you
Get the
accumulate
cash,
more
baby.
of those coins at a faster pace. Okay, so
Get the
my
cash, pay off
suggestion,
your
that's my
mind.
recommendation in response to
Play on the
hey,
casino's
like,
money.
Get us to pinky promise that we're going to do more to support the price. Don't worry about the price. I know we're looking at it. I know it's where it is today, but I'm telling you, our price is always going to be the byproduct of the good hard work that we're doing. Today, our numbers are down. It's
Doing
that time of the year.
not good work today, Bobby.
So don't sweat it too much because we're still on track to follow the roadmap to accomplish our goals.
We're still
to get
on
this
track
thing out there and use
to
as
reach
currency.
$16.
That's what we're working towards. The price has no effect whatsoever on me waking up day in, day out and working towards our mutual success. If you have your attention and focus on it, then take your commission this week because the price is down. It's a good opportunity to stock up a little bit. You should buy TXC on the open market. If you want to buy through the back office, it's a little bit cheaper there. But hopefully, Joe, that answers your question. Look, I appreciate you guys thinking about it, worrying about it, considering your options. But remember, the price is going to pop. And someday it's going to pop. And then the price is gone and it never comes back. It's low, it's cheap, it's volatile, it's up, it's down. But today, the price is not reflecting our work. In either way, it's not reflecting where we actually are so far.
It sounds like they didn't really work much. They partied and then got back and
it's not reflecting
didn't do
the work
anything.
that we're doing in and around the community, the bridges that we're building into.
They released some videos on social media that they forced all the Rangers to do, or else they would lose their positions. And then those fizzed away.
Stable coins out there through community currencies, a market that nobody is even thinking about. They'll take a serious.
People can tell when stuff's like forced.
And we'll look back on
If
things
those
like
people
today
really
and say,
wanted to
"Man,
tell you how well they've done in
remember
Texit
Bitcoin when
coin,
it was $5?
they would have just
Bitcoin
naturally
was
done it.
14 cents. Could have bought $1,000 worth and been a billionaire today. It's easy math, guys. Shiner says, I've been a launcher since May. Just hit me that Bobby is the Elon Musk of the honest money. Thank you. I think it's a compliment. Because Bobby has virtually invented a better crypto for the world. My thought is, since Elon Musk launches rockets sometimes from the Texas space pad, we should call Elon and ask him if we can get the Texit coin emblem on one of the rockets. Not a bad sponsorship idea.
I don't
Of
think
course,
as many
it would be
people like
televised, so maybe
Elon. It's
one
probably not a
of
good
the first
thing to
testing
go
shots to Mars.
joining up with him.
Pray
And plus, he
for
likes
it. Yeah.
Dogecoin.
Look, guys, we're doing a lot of stuff like that. We sponsored the Jingle Ball this past week. That event went great. That was a big event. People need to see us 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, 50 times before they take us seriously and realize that we're not going away. We're at 89 weeks so far. Week 100, week of my birthday. This time we're only going away for 7 days, not to the other side of the world. Get there, have fun, get back, get to work. Please discuss all
Right before
special
taxes
deals
are
like
due.
27 pack, et cetera, et cetera. Are we now set up for cash purchase of mining seats on the rocket ship? I don't know what all the deals are, guys. You'd have to talk to enrollment about that. I know we've got a holiday.
That's the guy
gift
that's
card
running the
promotion.
company, Texit
I know
business,
that
whatever you want to call it. He doesn't know
buy
any
a
of the
build
deals.
kit,
Doesn't know anything
add
that's ever
hash
going on.
power to the second and third spots. I know that there's other stuff coming soon.
That's why we're not getting any real
But you'll have to
updates.
talk to enrollment about exactly what the latest deals
Just
are.
the
Status
Bobby
of
show.
TXC on at cost metals.
Bobby and
Great
Briggs
question,
show.
Sharon, I haven't talked to our friend Justin, but we will get there. Who's asking to be on layer 2? We've got vendors in downtown McKinney. We've got people now connected with the Melissa Chamber of Commerce. We've got the Iowa State Fair that we talked to when we were there. We had 15 other events attending our conference at IFE. We've got other IFE type things. We've got rodeos that are asking about it. It goes like this, okay?
So no
Forget
specifics.
about TXC. Forget about the blockchain. Think about the fact that all of these fairs and festivals need an in-event payment system.
Who
Some of
goes
them
to
are
fairs
using
and
paper tickets.
festivals?
Some of them are using a tap-to-pay Dave & Buster's type card. Whatever those things are, we can provide those. The only difference is that it runs on the TXC blockchain. Why? So that it has the ability to have a positive benefit on the community merchants and business owners. After
Oh,
the
maybe
fair
in
festival leaves.
2027, fairs
They
and
love it.
festivals will be the biggest
The number
rage.
one thing that they were talking about at this year's
Dunking
IFE
clowns in
convention,
water.
how do we create a positive relationship and impact with the communities that we are working with? We've got it. But you don't have to worry about blockchain. You don't have to worry about crypto. You don't have to worry about speculative digital assets. You don't have to worry about volatility. The layer 2, the stablecoin, eliminates all of that. And now with the simplicity of the hardware that we found, we can replace whatever system you have now with our system. The difference is that it runs on crypto blockchain.
So they're going to have to
Fine,
pay money
fine,
for their
network.
system, and then they're
And
still going to have to
if you choose
pay
use
money
it
to
around
take
town after the
that crypto
festival
and
leaves,
convert
you
it
can
over to
use
fiat and actually get
Or
paid,
if you choose to use it the next
which
time
will
over,
probably
you can.
use another service.
So Our solution
costing those people a
what
lot
we're
of
doing
money
can work with tens of thousands of events across the
that
country.
they'll get
Now,
commissions on,
when you use the app to add value to the card,
just like they do for TXC wallet.
$100 of the town token or the
Like the app's already
fair
made, it doesn't need to
festival
cost
currency,
you money
hold
to
it the realm.
continue to.
If you buy $100 worth,
Build
buys
it.
$1 of TXC. Why? Because you need the TXC to pay the gas. You got to pay the transaction fee in TXC if you want to use the layer 2, just like Ethereum. So imagine what happens if we've got an Oktoberfest in the city of Addison, and you have 100,000 people that attend that event, and they each buy $100 worth of Addison tokens. That's $100,000 worth of TXC purchases that's going to just go sit hiding in the wallet on their phone. Not on the market, not speculative, not something that they can even access. It's just there in the phone waiting to pay a transaction fee the next time they use the token.
Something you
That
can't even
$1
access. That
has
doesn't sound good.
Thousands of transactions. What's our transaction fee cost now? Thousandth of a penny. Every time they add another $100 of tokens, they buy another dollar of TXC. Then this could happen again and again and again, over and over and over, at fairs and festivals.
That makes Bobby a
across
lot of
the
money.
world. What kind of demand and buying pressure does that put on TXC when everyone to use the app at the festival has to buy $1 worth? An unbelievable amount of pressure. A huge, like a wild amount of pressure. Oh, well, they already have $1 on there. Well, we're going to sell them another $1 and then another $1. Well, they've got 20 years worth of transaction fee money now in their wallet. Okay, we'll sell another $1. Well, what happens if the price goes from $3 or $4 up to $2,000? Well, we sent him a little message in the app.
So we could
You
barely
now have $48,000
struggling past
of
$2, and he's talking at
convert to
$2,000
local
again.
The buying pressure from using it in fairs and festivals, which is a gigantic industry. What did we say? It's a $35 billion industry. How big is the fair and festival industry? How big is
59 billion, right?
fair and festival industry?
It's not that impressive.
AI says $1 trillion annually and growing. $3 trillion industry by 2032.
It's tiny.
Okay, $3 trillion. That's 3 billion. 3 trillion times 1% is $30 billion of TXC picked up just to sit there in the background of their wallet. Let's say we get 1% of the market. It's $300 million of one of Texit coin that's going to get mothballed in an app. Not bought and sold every day like speculative Bitcoin. Money that sits there to pay
So-
ridiculously low fees.
You go to a fair and you put this crap coin on your app,
That's a goal.
and then 6 months later you get a new
Let's pick up
phone,
1% of the fair festival
and you
market.
never
Let's do
download that
1%
app
of the
again, and you
commerce
just
of fair
lost all your
festivals.
money.
And we'll see $300 million go into the TXC marketplace every year, year over year over year. There's not
How
enough
many
Texit coin
times
to
do you
go around.
download
What
an app and
is
then
the
you
price?
delete it later?
Well, but they have to buy $1 worth. Yeah, it doesn't matter if they're getting 1 TXC or 1/10 of a TXC or 100th of a TXC or 1,000th of a TXC. It's $300 million of buying pressure every year by picking up 1% of the market. And no one's going after the market. No one. Hopefully that answers whatever the question was.
They're
The
going
miners
after
benefit when we
markets
grab
that make
5 to 10%
money.
of the other mine blocks that you referred to a few minutes ago. No, that's what we use to pay the electric bill. Okay? What we don't know is how much we'll actually get once we're merge mining Litecoin and Doge and getting electricity rates that are in line with what the rest of the world is paying. Our hope is that we don't have to charge the miners after the seats are full. The best case scenario would
I'm
be
out
we've
if you have
got
to
a
do that.
profit and we're able to do something with it. I don't know if we'll use it for like
Have screenshots
our
and proof
events
saying
and
that you'll
parties and
never have to
stuff,
pay
or
anything
we'll
ever
have
at
a
any
dividend
point in
we give out
time in the
to community.
project,
I'm not sure yet,
including
but we'll figure
electricity.
that out as we go. Wondering why our liquidity that's said to achieve path to 16 just given up on and not used on the trading platforms. Guys, I've already burnt through all the liquidity.
He burnt through it all. That's awesome.
Yeah, we've bought back about $15 million of TXC, and still we've got downward pressure on our price. Remember, every week we add more to the liquidity, but with a week that we've done $3 million in sales, let's say it's only an extra 300 grand. Well, that's what we're going through basically a day now.
300 grand.
And
Yeah,
so
that
we've
was
exhausted
him buying
all
his
the
new armored
liquidity
vehicle the
that
other
we
day.
set aside. Now, we didn't sell property. We didn't go to banks and get loans. We didn't cash out our gold and silver. But the point is,
Of course, he
we
didn't
kind of
touch
fired off
anything
as
that he
much as
could
we
have.
want to try to support the price where we are now.
Don't touch those
Gotta get our
houses.
seats filling sales back turned in the other direction if we want to see more cash come in to support the price on the open market. Doug says we have had many events for Texit coin holders. If you look at it, only about 600, 6,000ths of a percent, no, 600ths of a percent benefit from these events, such as car promotion, and usually it's the top 100 benefiting. We spent all that money for them. Instead of taking that money to add to liquidation, the homes purchased do not liquidate that fast. They are just some things to keep in Bobby's family. This sounds like I'm against Texit coin. I'm not, and I just want the little guy to see this. Doug, I understand what you're saying.
Go, Doug.
You just don't have all the pieces of the puzzle, right?
I think Doug has a lot.
First of all, think of it like a chicken and egg. Which comes first? The liquidity comes from the growth of the community. Okay, well, if the community only grows because the price is going up from additional liquidity, how do we get there?
There's enough liquidity
what
today
happened
to
early
support
on
the
is
coin at
people
about
bought in,
329,
not because the
379.
coin was even on the
But it's not
market.
being
We
used
launched this thing
'cause he
April
burned
of
through it.
2024. We didn't even go live on the market until May 15th of 2024. So it was like 45 days. So there was no price whatsoever. Okay, so it's like, well, how do you get the price to go up? Well, the path to 16 tells us that it's based on having liquidity and testing. So if there's no liquidity because we're not moving the seats, we get stuck in kind of like a stalemate where we are now. What a traditional business does when they hit hard times is they cancel out money from marketing. It's usually the first budget to get cut. The worst thing you can do is when you stop doing marketing and promotion. Slow sinking ship, slow motion train wreck. So again, what we just talked about, and your question was in there at 6:44, long after we talked about the experience that's required to not be fearful of what is happening right now, we're aware of it. And we've got a carrot and we've got a stick. And so what we need to do is we need to get the sales point in the right direction.
Carrots and
If
sticks.
we were doing 10 million a week right now in sales, we'd have $1 million a week in extra cash for liquidity. That would do wonders to support the market price, but we're not doing 10 million this week. Why? Holidays, price, what are the things? So we got to figure out that chicken and egg situation. And a lot of people say, hey, well, if you gave a promotion, we would get to work. I'm like, well, we have to get to work anyway, promotion or not. So I need you guys going through the end of this
Promotions
year
just keep
to take
getting
the initiative
silly.
to see the challenges that I see as well and help us turn this thing around.
They're thought of impromptu.
But as far as Bobby's family and houses and homes and all that other stuff, we didn't buy those things for liquidity. We bought those things to keep cash safe. We bought those things primarily
Put them in their
to
names.
have as a store of value that wasn't something that could be picked up and grabbed out of the safe. You don't know what it's like to have to keep $20 million or $30 million safe. Okay, maybe some of you do. I guess some of you do.
That's what banks are for.
But it's a scary thing, man. It's scary to think that we worked our butts off for this money and somebody could just break into my safe and run off with it that easily.
It's right in his
people do crazy
garage.
Stuff for $10, $20, $50,000. Imagine what they do for $20 million. So we have to find clever strategies to keep our resources safe as we continue to build and grow. Okay, so we've sold 22% of the seats. We've installed 1% of them. You guys need to see that gap get smaller. So it's like, okay, well, what are we going to do as a catalyst to get these things?
So they need to build
Well,
more
how about we
mines.
go
They've
to
only
market?
built 1% of
How about we
the
turn on
22%
Cabo or
sold.
Victoria, flip that switch, and everyone goes, oh, okay. Then we're taking more Litecoin and Doge blocks. Ooh, okay. How about we get through the holiday season, have promotion, and get people excited about, continuing the mission. This is the hard work. How about we bring in a guy like Brig who's seen this before, who's gotten involved with companies that were doing well or gotten involved with companies that are doing poorly.
Briggs never
How
done
about we come up
crypto
with education
at all.
training
And this is a
resources
crypto
so that
company,
join,
so
they
to
go,
speak.
well, I'd love to help you. I just need to learn it. Where do I go to learn? We go, well, we'll get back to you. Dude, there's a lot that we can do to get to jumpstart that cycle, to get it moving in the right direction. But you got to understand how those two are tied together. And if we don't have the liquidity that comes from the growth of our community, we can't get the price higher, and we can't even support it where we want it to be. The path to 16 is completely required.
Instead of supporting it, he just went out and bought himself properties and cars.
Completely comes from the growth of our community. Anonymous Tenny, what are the plans around third-party audit? White paper being public, these would combat so many negative reviews and also fully eliminate MLM Ponzi scheme accusations. No, they won't. In fact, the more that we try to do that kind of stuff, the more accusations and negative stuff we're going to see. Remember, it costs AI nothing to cook up an article saying that we're a complete scam.
Yeah, no, if they got verified, they wouldn't have problems.
Working hard. As far as a white paper is concerned, you're talking crypto language. It's something we'll come up with if and when we're ready to engage the crypto community.
If and when we're ready to engage the cryptocurrency. You're trying to make a cryptocurrency and you don't have any white papers or anything for anybody to read. Even scam coins have white papers.
We're not going to buy our way in. We're going to
good or bad.
By taking their blocks.
But they took the time to do it.
Holding value in the path to 16 is no longer accurate. What would make more people join? Commission.
Commissions.
Liquidity in the website have gone up. I just see it 10.3 million. Well, I got to double check to see if everything that we're saying as part of that pool is in there, but that it. Yeah, there's a lot more stuff that I can add to keep the percentage in line with what it's supposed to be. With gold, silver being up and BTC ETH down, has there been a profit redistribution to average down or replenish the BTC? No. We aren't going to sell the gold to cover our crypto losses. Is there an updated time frame for the path to 16? I'm still on track for February.
It's on track.
I'm highly confident that
if we hit $16 in February, I'll be absolutely blown away.
Incentive to increase the trading volume? I think we did. TXC will be at the fun show in Florida. Yes, we will.
I'll get Bobby's face tattooed on my other leg if we hit $16 in February.
Is already gone.
Promise.
My buddy has some questions that he has asked, but it may not get answered on this call. Is there an email address he can send his questions to if they are not addressed on this call? No, you really got to reach out to your sponsor or reach out to the community on Telegram. Will this new bonus promo TXC pays out be paid for by nudges on the open exchanges, meaning the purchases for the coin to pay out? No, we've already bought back millions and millions of coins. We've got extra. If someone who has never sponsored anyone to this point purchased a gift card, would they receive any points for that new promotion? No, you won't get points from gift card purchases until the gift cards are redeemed, right? So it's like, well, when do the points go in? When you buy the gift card? No. When the gift card is used and a new miner profile is created and a new sale goes into the system. Looking for training meetings in Little Rock, Arkansas with contact listing. Jose, please reach out to the Telegram group. Swappy, I know your focus. I know my focus, build a mine. But there's a small and growing group that believes that trading, not just buying or selling, but trading is critical and needed right now. Those people, unfortunately, Swappy, are wrong. Thoughts or not?
So he's saying buying and trading is wrong. That's direct words from Bobby.
Address it. I don't know if I've vermectin.
Why are we on so many exchanges then if we don't want to buy or sell or trade?
Would have to do like a blind taste test to confirm.
Just wants to drive the price down so he can buy it all up from everybody.
Build the mine, get the result. If we build the mine, we've got 200 million promotion, 100 million liquidity. Look at where we are now. We've built 22%. We've gotten to 22% of our goal and then some. So the result that we're looking for from the price is going to be based on building the mine. And building the mine gives us something to talk about with the crypto community. Why? Because it's never been done before, because we're taking their blocks. No one's done that before. The guys that tried to do this before were building Bitcoin mines. And when you add an extra 100 million mega hash to Bitcoin mine, technically it's like petahash or something else hash, they add 500 million. You can't outmine them in Bitcoin. You have to be institutional level money in order to compete in that game. It's impossible otherwise. So we're doing something different. And we're going to get their attention by doing
Guy hit a BTC block on a solar miner last month, actually.
Sell the seeds, build the mine. Now, I bought the mining equipment.
37 terahash.
There's an extra $3 million now tied up in additional mining power that we have yet to sell. That's where we're sticking extra cash. We're not buying up coins, trying to hold up the price at a level that we can't sustain.
That's what it's supposed to do.
Do what the market wants to do, and we're building the mine. Hope that answers your question, Swappy. Please add the specific coins and network that can be sent to the crypto QR code on the Google form for the holiday promo. Good idea. Rob, can you mention that to Michaela tomorrow? Currently it says only
Probably
crypto,
smart.
and it is confusing. But here's the thing. Crypto's pretty good now. Back in the day it was a little troublesome. But I think it's a Ethereum virtual machine address, an EVM. And so you can only send Ethereum and USDT and USDC and all that stuff to it. Like you couldn't send Texit coin to that address if it's an EVM. It would not recognize the address. And people are requesting to also have the exact wallet address listed too, because many can't scan. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think a good way to get miners that aren't
Most people can't
grandfathered
scan
could have the
because
opportunity
they're
to earn
old and they
local
don't have
commission.
smartphones.
Say they reach 2100 hash, whatever level makes the most sense for a balance of bringing a miner into the BOGO reward level. Yeah, look, that's an interesting and good idea, and we're going to get a lot more into that kind of stuff in January. But it's a good one, Robert. Thank you. Ron says, I've had some more sophisticated potential miners who have Googled us. They find various security breaches being reported. We don't have any.
Yes, they
Is there a
do.
network
He just said
security
they don't
status
have
page
any.
where someone on the Mine TXE web- I
You've
heard
had
recent
plenty,
October
dude,
the back office was
unfortunately.
solved, but do we have a place to
Hate to
pull
be that
people
guy,
to?
but you've had a lot.
Yeah, but it was a weak password thing. It wasn't some like protocol error that usually happens with like smart contracts. That's not really us.
A weak
some
password he blames it
computer
on
got
now.
Compromised. Password was weak, and someone got into our system and made a mess of things.
It's a whole different story than he previously said.
Security thing that needs to be published and recorded. When purchasing the gift cards, how long will we?
So which one is it, Bobby?
We do
A
email gift card codes
or
for
B?
buyers. Because you're supposed to be giving them away as gifts. Gift card. We will have them emailed for international customers. We will send physical cards for U.S. domestic customers. Any chance the 3+1 could be opened up to miners who missed or are within 30 days? Lots of people that could make a difference. No. Look, this is a tough one. I value our project. I value Texit coin. Still to this day, I don't really want to give it away. Well, how about we just have a promo where we give away all this? Why? How about we give people an extra 10% commission if they take their commission in TXE? Why? I'd rather give away the US dollar.
He doesn't want to give away anything.
I value our hash power. We got rid of BOGO because we're giving away too many seats. Those are seats we need to sell later. It's
because those people acquired so much during that time that they had to pretty much shut it off, or else the project was going to get screwed.
We don't value our currency. Again, it's the downward spiral. I know this stuff. I've seen it before. So I value it. We have to value it, which means I'm going to continue to make it more difficult to access. I'm going to make the promotions less and less favorable to increase the perceived and actual value of our project. 5+1. 5+1, you want to dare me? Going away.
Oh, dare me. I'm going to take it away from you guys. Oh, I'm going to take away your incentives to actually make the company more money.
How about that?
That's stupid.
That'll make it more difficult. Yeah.
Idiot.
Because we've got a valuable project and we have to value it. And the people that don't value it now aren't going to get in because we got a 5+1. If you can't convince them to join us because
they'd be much more likely,
real,
actually.
Honest,
get some free stuff versus joining later when they can't have any free stuff.
5+1 promotion is not going to sway them to our way of thinking.
5+1 has swayed a lot of people.
We're going to win them over through
5+2, actually.
Through good presentations, through being good ambassadors, not through promotions and special offers. It helps, yeah, but it's going away. So 3+1 is here for a very limited time. I think we got 10 more days left for the 3+1. End of day on Friday, they're gone.
It'll be back.
And then the end of the year, the 5+1, also gone. Can we buy TXC in the mobile app, like in the back office, me or the Bitcoin wallet?
Everything's a rush to sell people stuff all the time. The mine's not going to get filled by February. Unfortunately, probably won't hit $16 by February, but it's not going away.
Yeah, good idea as well. Working on it. Thank you for that idea. Have billboards at Denver International Airport? No, they have not.
No,
Third,
he
this
won't
is
touch
one
Denver.
clarification on what price we get
'Cause
for
I'm
TXT
here.
commission payments at, since there are 3 points of time that can be calculated on. Yeah, you're right. You know, one of the security breaches we had back in the day was we were putting too much information in emails that could be seen by administrators. And so we've changed that. So now I can't see what price actually goes out in the published email. I'll figure that part out, and then that's the price.
So he
we
literally
get
said there was
close
no incidents
of
going on, but he
UTC
just said
business on
that there
Saturday.
was.
But that's what it'll be. So whatever it is, when the market closes on Saturday at midnight, well, I guess midnight Sunday. I don't know when the day actually changes. Is it like 12 or 12? I don't know. So what daytime price? End of day on Saturday. When we receive our end of week email, it shows yes. We will fix that. And thanks for bringing it to my attention. Okay, almost done. Questions. No more questions, guys. 7:49. Question time is over. What needs to happen to keep the mining up to the 95,000? It seems to be less most days. Yes, it's been struggling. We're working on it. We've got logs that we're going through.
They need to
we've got
quit
protocol
messing with it.
changes that we're working on. Well aware of it. We had a good day yesterday.
Seen it deliver 95,000 plus or perfect coins on days when they're only running
per day.
one machine at
Will
McKinney.
we be developing any type of opportunity to become a digital processor like credit card merchants by offering a scanner device? Yes, we will be. Or we might be buying one. Lots of options there with all the resources we have. You want me to dump the resources?
Texit Coin wants to become the credit card
at
processor.
an unnaturally high price, or you want me to dump the resources into acquiring footprint in merchants and business owners across the country? Not a question, but a statement. I talked to a Bitcoin hosting site where you can buy the ASICs from him. It costs $5,000 for a Bitcoin miner, and after pool fees and electricity fees, that miner is profiting $2 a day. Perspective: be grateful we have the same profitability on a mining seat at 1/5 the price. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. It's a really great point. What we're talking about is value per day. So if you're getting half a coin a day right now on $1,000 seat, and we're at $3 a coin, $3 a coin sucks. It would be much greater if we were at 3 million a coin. I got it, but it's still $1.50 a day. And as we build and grow, that changes. But because the mining caps out,
It sucks when you go from making like $115 a day to making like $30 a day.
How many data centers do the miners reside in? Do we own the data centers?
Pretty boring.
Well, we've got 4 right now that are in process. We're looking for 4 more. We own is a weird question because you own the hash power, but you don't necessarily own the land or the infrastructure.
Yep, you
We'll work
own
more on
nothing.
that as we go further in. Is buying more of our own hash power with TXT stupid? I think it is. I would use cash because the cash.
Because he
in
wants your
general goes down
cash.
in
The cash
value.
is valuable. Why give him
TXT
TXC?
goes
It's
up
of
and
no
down.
value
Now,
to him.
there's a time when maybe that's high or low. So you have to evaluate that for your own. I'll take the TXC all day long. Happy to have it. Now we're turning around and using it towards a promotion, which I think is good. But we're in a TXC acquisition strategy right now. So if you've got it worked out where you get special bonuses by hitting goals and it's good value, then do it. If not, then I would suggest you use cash. Are you still giving 500 hash for 1, 2, 3 for founders and early adopters? That was only for founders. It was never for early adopters. There are
Founders are killing it.
100
Plus, they get
founders.
$5,000 every single week,
There are
no matter
only
what, for
them, and it's
just being a
only
founder.
founders that get that. Why? Because they took the biggest risk when we needed it the most.
Oh, there's only 100 founders, except for now there's 104 because he allows people to just
I don't know who
buy
those
more
people are.
seats.
I don't see those messages. That is.
If you got money, you can
I
play.
don't know. Something strange, but
80 by February would be
not
cool.
on the table today.
Wisdom,
That's it.
knowledge lovers,
An
thanks
early
for
call,
showing
an
up.
hour 52 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I
This isn't the
do.
path to 16, but he's kind of touching on
I
it.
did. Like I said, guys, at the beginning of the call, stop. Take a look at the forest. We've come so far. We've done so much. I feel better about it every single day. I know what the resources are that we have to work with. I know what we're up against. I've seen it before. I know the quality of the character of the people that are leading the way.
Questionable.
And it gives me a great sense of hope and optimism and excitement for our future. I'm Bobby Gray, the founder and the fearless leader. Not because it's fun to say, but because I'm not dealing with the unknown. I'm familiar, I'm comfortable. I'm looking at what we're doing. I'm proud of the results. I know that we're going so much further and so much higher than where we are today. And I'm very happy that you've decided to join me for this adventure. Thanks so much for joining, and I will catch you guys again maybe on Thursday night. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you again.
Alrighty. Well, that wasn't all that informational filled, unfortunately. It was kind of like the Bobby and the Briggs show. Felt like I got preaching to in a sermon, but didn't really learn too much other than the fact that the L2 was a flop, which is not good. They're still not willing to put money into the exchange. Bobby says there is no hacks or any problems, and then a few minutes later says that there is. So it's like the guy's all over the place. Love this project, but I hope this guy gets his stuff together. You guys have a great night, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for joining, and hopefully I'll see you on the moon.